Sing. Yeah.
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 Whose turn is it?
Me.
Hi, me. I'm Dad.
Hello
Hello.
and welcome.
That's just it.
It could be. Even if it was, it would register on the high scales of one of our better intros.
Wow.
Whoa.
I think I'm feeling energy guilt this morning, whereas you guys are feeling energy deficiency.
Yes.
I'm more awake now. Now I've heard both of your voices. I'm aroused to the occasion.
Wow.
Aroused.
Aroused.
Aroused. Arousing to the occasion.
I'm sorry, ladies. Close your ears. Is it half chub, or are we talking about like full rock, hard candy, Jolly
We're
Rancher?
talking about like my consistent, just over a chub when I hear your guys' voices.
I hope your girlfriend doesn't listen to this.
Like to the point that you probably couldn't hide it. You probably shouldn't.
It would
go
be like
outside.
slightly noticeable if I was like sat in a cafe with like my legs folded. I'd pretend I'm just reading a book and that's the size of my member, but
Whoa.
I'm just happy to see you.
Member.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I was fine with this up until member.
I don't know why a member offends you. Hello and welcome to Dad and Sons, the talk show where we talk about members. We have 3 members.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Today who all have members.
Yeah.
We have me, the moving member,
Wow.
who's been playing card games because he's too busy to play real games because he's moving.
English is such a stupid language.
I know, right? We have the sexy bearded member who is kicking Donald Trump in the balls.
Oh yeah. The pictures.
Yeah, the pictures. And we have joined the first world civilization blasting his ass with water member,
Yeah.
Matt and George. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, it's going.
I'm wondering though, have listeners seen these photos of Matt Visual kicking Donald Trump in the balls, or do we have to verbally describe them using apt metaphors and colorful imagery?
I'm going to scroll up to the picture in the Discord. It's like 2 wonderful pictures appeared in the Discord, like sequentially after one another. One was Matt wearing boxing gloves, kicking Donald Trump in the balls, which was just hilarious and beautiful to look at. It kind of looks like Matt has punched him and he's falling over. And while he's falling over, Matt's just gone for like a quick kick in the balls while he's going down. Just like, take that, you bastard.
You can't see, but at the top it says Drump. Like I didn't even notice. So this place is called the Museum of Illusions. It's in LA. There's like a bunch of like little pop-up museums like this. And basically, you go in there, you pay like $20 to go around and take pictures. Like it's, it's more of an experience than it is anything else.
More of an experience than a video game. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't know, like if you want to take pictures, like goofy pictures with everybody,
like this perfect one of you kicking Trump in the balls.
Yeah, Trump in the balls. I was like, man, can they get away? Can they get away? I guess they could get away with that.
Do I still live in a free world where I can kick the president in the balls and not go to prison yet?
I mean, this is Hollywood, so when you go outside, you do see like the stars on the floor and stuff. So they do vandalize Donald Trump's like little star thing.
Is the Trump star still even there? I knew it regularly gets vandalized. I wondered at this point if they even bothered to keep it going.
I don't know. I didn't care enough to go check. I really didn't. I could care less about Trump's plaque on the floor that people step on.
They're pretty generous with his body in this mural.
And his screen time in the media.
He looks swole on here.
He does look swole.
This is giving him too much.
Yeah, I don't know. Those thighs on the bottom look kind of like he forgot leg day.
Also, to be fair, if you actually stood that like human body up, it would be like 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
I noticed that they gave him the extra big boxing gloves.
Well, he's the president. He's a big dude.
Well, the biggest member.
Ah.
Ah!
Wow.
Not according to Stormy Daniels' testimonies.
Whoa.
The
Mushroom
shrew.
tip.
Anyways.
Anyways,
Speaking of members, George.
what have you guys done this week?
This is also less of a video game and more of an experience, but I ordered a bidet.
Wow. I can't believe you're thinking of it as an experience. That's just
It
All
is
right,
an
tell me about
experience.
this.
So
Tell me about this water being shot right in the G spot.
So you the George spot. So you remember how you remember how the toilets in Japan would have a little control panel by the side, right?
Right.
There would be like a button with a music symbol on it, some like pluses and minuses, some gauges, a little like LCD screen displaying your social media feed, some levers connecting to an escape pod that would like eject you out of the cockpit into the atmosphere, and also two little buttons with the boy and the girl bathroom symbols on them that spray water in corresponding directions. That help you beautify your booty.
Beautify your booty. I like it.
Yeah.
And after 3 Japan trips, I decided that this is something that our corner of the woods, our appendage of the woods, our anatomical body part of the woods was missing. So went online and ordered some myself, especially after hearing Liam's girlfriend brag about how much she loves going to Liam's house just so she can use his really fancy bidet.
Wow. So small place, but you have a bidet.
Right.
Is that the reason why you got
Yeah,
it?
and do you know what's really sad about this? I hadn't even thought about this until right now.
Right.
I'm like rolling off into the caveman era because I'm moving apartments and my new apartment does not have a bidet.
You're going to spend so much more money on toilet paper now.
Wait, what?
But it's not even that. I just feel like I'm stepping back into the wilderness.
Right. It's like you're living in America.
Okay, no. Explain the bidet. It's shooting water into your ass.
Right.
It's like basically the toilet is eating your ass. Like
Oh my
groceries,
god.
right?
No, the toilet's not eating your ass. It's just like a little hose that's the bidet points at your bidet and
shoots toilet water into your ass.
It's coming straight out of
It's
the same
fresh water.
kind of water valve that is connected to your sink. It's not toilet water yet.
It's fresh water.
I have looked at the installation. I've installed this one myself. The pipes begin before they go inside the toilet, so that technically means it's not toilet water.
I've installed this one myself. Sounds like a sentence of an impending disaster.
So I remember I started seriously looking into this actually when Liam had us do a conversation with his girlfriend on speakerphone, and she was like, "Oh, I love his $300 bidet," and my eyes popped. I did not know they were so expensive.
Oh, mine is way more expensive than that.
Really?
Yeah, mine is like the upper ends of washlets.
How?
Because they're called
my
washlets
God.
in Japan.
So,
And, This
what
is like
is-
$900.
Jesus Christ!
What do you get for spending an extra $400 on water shooting into your ass?
Well, you get a
save money
heated
on
seat to
toilet
begin
paper.
with.
Oh yeah, I don't have the heated seat. I mean, mine's real fancy. Liam has the $900 GeForce Ass Blaster 9000 GTX.
I have Nvidia's latest and greatest.
Whereas I ordered a Zen Bidet Z50 from Amazon. And shortly after, I got an email in my inbox where Amazon was like, "How are you enjoying your Zen bidet?" And I did not feel comfortable answering, "Thank you very much."
And did you read it while you were using the bidet at the same time?
I can now because there are probably going to be less poo particles floating in and out.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah,
ask.
exactly. You use way less toilet paper, which means less poo particles to worry about for when you're vigorously washing your hands for 3 whole minutes while singing the birthday song with scalding hot ass
You
water.
are as clean
is
as
the
a whistle.
pipe? Where is the pipe?
The pipe goes from your cold water valve connected to the toilet and a hot water valve that's connected to your sink. And unfortunately, I could not fit the included packaging installation parts onto my hot water valve, so right now I'm just using the cold water, which is more of an experience.
Where is the shooter? Where is the shooter?
It like peeks out from underneath the toilet seat at you.
Interesting.
It only comes out when you press the button. It's not there the whole time.
Oh.
It like automatically.
So if you're having like a wild night, and you just blast in the toilet, you don't want the ass blaster to blast other things.
Yeah,
too.
I'm actually a little worried. Liam might be able to fill us in actually, because you're a long-term bidet enthusiast. Right?
And that's the thing is, it sounds really strange when you've not done it before. And so many people, and this is one thing, like, if you come to Japan, just try it. I know it, like, feels like you're gonna have, like, your prostate examined. I know that's what you think it's gonna be like, but it's not.
Feel a little bit like that.
It's like
just like 2% like that.
It depends because some have like settings,
and the strength.
like some have settings for strength, and like sometimes you'll be like in a public one, and some absolute crazy salaryman dude who has like an arse made of steel will have set it to the highest settings, and it'll be like it'll be like a fire engine, like the water from a fire engine is shooting right up your ass. Or you can set it to a good setting, and it's like having a waterfall aim at you that's so relaxing and makes you feel clean and wondrous. I'm a big fan. Big fan.
What I really miss were the toilets that had the oscillating spray button. So that way you don't gotta wiggle around to like get the angle right. The computer just kind of does it on its own.
Yeah, they automatically aim for you.
Does your $900 NVIDIA Butt Blaster Titan XD have the oscillating auto sensor robotic pneumatic sensor?
Mine's a set distance.
Oh well, you gotta upgrade.
You have to upgrade because you need like the heated seat and all that.
Oh yeah. I had to call customer service to get the parts for hooking up the hot water attachment. And when the guy picked up the phone, he had a very, very thick European accent of some sort I couldn't quite identify. My brain immediately jumped to, it sounds kind of German. But anyways, he looks up my order.
Okay.
To figure out the parts I need and says, hello, is this George from Georgia? Yes. And I was just like, oh, yep, that's me. And the guy responds with, I am also from Georgia, but I am not George.
So you know what country he's from then?
I had to think about it for like hours, but eventually I got it.
So what, did you just let it just flop to the floor like a dead fish, the joke? You didn't laugh, you didn't snicker, nothing?
I honestly didn't know how to respond. Because when my brain thinks of Georgia, I think of the U.S. state, and this is a guy who said, within 2 minutes of each other, I am also from Georgia, but I am not George. And one line he later said was, I will ship your part in the morning, I will ship it from Georgia. Like, he just kept laughing whenever, like, he thought me being George in the United States state of Georgia was the funniest thing to him. And the more I think about it... I
still think it's funny, to be honest.
Yeah, because...
I still think it's funny.
I mean, I don't know...
I think it's funny you didn't know that Georgia was a country for like 10 minutes.
Because he talked about me living in Georgia, about shipping this part from Georgia, about standard U.S. Bathroom plumbing sizes... And that probably meant he deals with an international audience, which might mean that he's in kind of an international location. And I don't know, is George a common name in Georgia? Maybe there's just no other Georges in Georgia, and he thought it was the funniest thing because of that.
I just like that he said, but not George.
But I am not George.
What was his name?
You don't remember. Look at you.
Gregorius Zblina-Zarsky. That's like this post-Soviet
Racist.
Eastern European country that just legalized weed. It's as far from Georgia as you can get. So much so that I bet there aren't a lot of people named George there.
How is it that this is not the first time you've got Georgia mixed up on this podcast?
See, the last time I was setting you guys up for a goof. This time I'm the one who got goofed.
if you live long enough to see yourself get goofed.
The goof is
Soldier Boy got cranked.
swirling into a circle.
I see it now. It connects under the toilet seat, like you were saying, but then it has like this little knob.
Yeah.
So it blocks whatever poop particles that might hit it, and then when you turn it, it comes out like a little wiener comes out and sprays at you.
It's supposed to be placed in a way that's not in the path of your poo particles, which means that I feel really, really bad for whatever engineer has to come up with this stuff. But when I was thinking of this customer service guy, I couldn't help but think of like some Eastern European immigrant rolling off the boat on Ellis Island, noticing that bidets weren't common in the United States, and just like looking off onto the horizon of the New York City skyline and being like, I will make it my life's mission to give these people the wonders of the bidet.
Seriously, if Americans and Europeans weren't so precious about their anuses, everyone would have a washlet.
I was wondering about that. In the UK, do they use bidets?
No. I mean, we've had this discussion before on the podcast.
What kind of bidet hearsay is that?
We have, like, the manual bidets that are separate from the toilet.
Yeah, and I don't think I've had any experiences with those.
But they are completely different to what a washlet is. Like, we should be very clear. We're talking about washlets, which is a Japanese invention that is an automatic bidet. Or an anal cleansing service.
Cleansing?
Can we just say anything but that? The NVIDIA Assmaster 9000 GTX is better than that.
Anal cleansing.
Oh.
Service.
Oh, I love that. Anal cleansing.
No, why do you love that?
Yeah, it just sounds right.
No, it doesn't.
It's speaking about anal cleansing.
No.
Have you guys seen Aquaman?
No, I haven't seen Aquaman.
No, I haven't seen Aquaman. Is it an anal cleansing, or is it pretty good?
Okay. All right. I guess I'll be brief then. I went to go see it. And it's it's a DC movie, right? The last. I guess like Wonder Woman.
So the bar is not set very high.
Yeah, Wonder Woman was okay. The ending was kind of garbage. Really garbage.
Wow, really garbage in hindsight.
Yeah, and I'm a type of dude I didn't really like. I didn't even like the main actor. I don't know. Anyways, we talked about this before. So, but Aquaman, it could just because Jason Momoa is just so
fucking
sexy.
Hot. Yeah.
But damn, this movie was so good. All right, the story is garbage, okay, but that doesn't matter because it's directed by the guy who did Fast and Furious, so it has those really epic scenes, right, where it's just you're just sitting there and it's like a popcorn movie. You're just stuffing popcorn down your throat while you're watching some amazing scenes of one shots. And for this one, it's in particular, there's basically the women in Aquaman are like the best thing. For some reason, he spent way more time with the women in these scenes than I've seen in any other movie. Like, it's just the best one shots I've seen in years.
Really?
The mom of Aquaman, and then the girl that comes after with the red hair that you see in the trailers.
Isn't his mum Nicole Kidman?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I would say they didn't make Wonder Woman look like this. Wonder Woman, it just looked like a regular person was just fighting some people instead of it like a superhero was fighting some people, and that's how it seemed like with Aquaman, the mother, and the princess of the red hair dude. I can't remember the red hair dude, but yeah, oh my god, the scenes were so good, and that's it. I just want to gush about if you want a popcorn movie, you will not be like disappointed with Aquaman. It is the best DC movie.
Actually,
hands down.
Sounds like my kind of jam. Like something that's just fun and self-aware.
Mine too.
Of how silly the concept is to begin with. Yeah,
it's silly, and it's good silly. It's good. Like in the beginning, you just see Aquaman, you just see him just being sexy. Like in the beginning, just like jumping down and looking over his
sitting
shoulder.
on the bidet.
There's a lot of slow shots of zooming up to his face. It's oh my god. It's the women are probably like just yelling in the theaters, just like, yeah, whoa, yeah. So
man,
it's good.
I will enjoy that feast when it comes to Japan in March of 2019. And also, like, avoiding Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse spoilers has been like having to be fucking Spider-Man himself.
That's probably what I'm gonna see in the theaters if I.
Everyone's just like, oh, everyone's seen this film now. Let's just spoil the shit out of it. No, Japan doesn't get this until April.
I guess I never talked about Spider-Man either. Spider-Man was amazing too.
Wait, you actually did watch that?
Yeah, I never talked about it on the podcast. Oh, that's right. We had 2-week break, and I totally forgot everything I did.
So you're ready to gush about Aquaman, but not Spider-Man.
Yeah, well, okay, that movie is like almost a perfect kid movie. It
looks it.
Yeah, because it is kiddie. It is kiddie. There's certain things that you're like, okay, yeah, this is built for a kid. This is not built for too much like an adult. That it's like, okay, this is too convenient here. But everything else, like there's callbacks to certain parts in the film. It's not stupid. It's a good ass time, and it gets absurd too, especially like halfway when the other Spider-Man comes, the other Spider-Mans. But yeah, that's Spider-Mans. Other Spider-Mans, I would say Aquaman or Spider-Man. You're gonna have a good time. Yeah, I've watched Creed 2 as well, but
oh my gosh,
I don't think Creed 2 is gonna be for everyone. But I do think Aquaman is a good popcorn movie, and Spider-Man is a good movie you can bring your kid to as well and enjoy yourself as an adult.
Man, yeah. I'm so jealous. I really want to watch both of them.
Yeah,
they're
fuck Japan.
I haven't enjoyed myself in the movies for a while. So those two, definitely enjoyed myself.
I'm actually looking forward to going to the movies for once.
You don't go to the movies often? I don't either.
No,
you can't.
Like
There's
2-3 times a year. Yeah, if I have to poop in the middle of the movie,
blasted, like right before the movie starts.
I don't want to feel like I got to make an obligation out of it.
The pre-movie trailers. Many people get popcorn, but I like to get my ass blasted. Gets me in the mood.
I like to sample the bidets before walking in to watch the trailers.
I mean, in Japan, I guess you could. I can't believe that thing's $900.
I mean, my cinema in Japan, my local cinema, has full-on sweep bidets, washlets.
Yeah. How much do you think like the entire national economic expenditures of the entire Japanese society is just spent on these really expensive bidets? Because that's a lot of money per toilet, and they're in public in the stalls.
Most modern places like malls and cinemas and restaurants and stuff like that all have washlets. Mm-hmm. It's quite uncommon to find a place that has a toilet without a washlet now.
As I'm sure we all can attest, having seen it ourselves.
It's kind of just the standard in Japan now.
Yeah, and I miss that.
Have you guys played any game?
I have played a game, but it's a game I've played before, but I've fallen back into it. Because I'm packing all my stuff up, and I kind of only have my Switch, and I don't have a couch anymore. Rest in peace.
Oh.
Yeah, I had to get rid of
that feeling.
Yeah, I had to get rid of my couch, so I can't really sit comfortably to play games. Yeah, the black couch, George. Scum.
I've seen that couch before on the internet.
You sat on that couch.
I slept on it too.
That's true. We smashed on it.
Whoa.
In front of
wow.
a camera on the internet.
I know, right?
Your girlfriend might be listening, Liam. Oh my god.
Well, she knows what me and that couch have been through. But because of that, I can't really sit comfortably to play games. So, and also I'm sort of, I don't really have the time to be doing it. So whilst I've been like packing up and stuff, I've been, because right now this week, Awesome Games Done Quick is on, the speedrunning charity event, which is awesome. So I've been having that in the background on the TV because I can't sit down there. And I've just been like watching other people play games. But I was kind of like, I was packing away my stuff and I found like my box of Magic cards. I was like, hot damn. I haven't played Magic in like
Oh my god.
7 months.
So you actually played with actual Magic cards.
No, it's because I didn't have anyone to play with. But I was looking through my cards because, you know, it was only like 2 sets ago that I took a break from playing. And remember I was saying on the podcast last year, I downloaded MTG Arena. I got into the beta for that, the new Magic online game. And I was like, do you know what? Maybe I can just see how MTG Arena is shaping up. Now it's in open beta and there's a lot more players. You know, I'll just get my little Magic fix on. I've not stopped playing Magic all week. I've fallen in hard.
Now is a good time to not need a big box to play video games.
I mean, that's true. So, like, I just have my laptop, and I'm just playing games of Magic over and over again. It's pretty fun, actually, because when I played Magic Arena last year when it was in private beta, or whatever it was all right. They didn't have many options, and it was a little rough. And then immediately, after installing it now and downloading the open beta, it's vastly improved. You get a lot more choices of like cards to play with. It's quite generous with how many packs and coins it gives you. There's like different drafts you can play and like different formats like constructed and limited. There's like ranked and public, and now you can play with friends. It's like a pretty completely fleshed out game now compared to how it was last year.
Do you still get like a nice good buff if your ass is hanging out of your pants?
Wait, what? Wait, what?
You don't remember that spicy internet meme of the Magic tournament?
Oh, right, yeah. The pray for Magic ass. I remember that.
Pray for Magic ass?
Was that a Magic tournament? I thought it was like a board game or a D&D night. Was it Magic?
It was Magic. It was what you are now a part of.
Oh God, don't. Magic is like my weakness. I can't. I love it. And do you know what? It's really funny, Matt. Because the more I've been playing Magic recently, the more I've been like, my YouTube recommendations have been offering me Magic videos. Because I've been like catching up on whatever the cards are in the set, which is Guilds of Ravnica right now. But also at the same time, what's been creeping in
D&D, baby.
is D&D videos. And I've been watching a lot of D&D videos as well. And I'm like, oh shit, man. I want to like,
wait,
when I move to Kyoto, I'm going to like find a group and I'm going to play some D&D.
How does that work? D&D, but videos? It's like a version of D&D you can play on a video screen?
No,
just
you
like
watch people play.
Just introductionary videos of how to play and stuff. Like I've played D&D in the past, but like I've no idea really anymore. So I've been kind of living in this fantasy world of like watching Magic videos and watching introductionary D&D videos and being like, oh man, when I get to Kyoto, I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna have Matt of 2018 Game of the Year moments, and I'm gonna try and play some D&D. Man. But I'm enjoying playing Magic the Arena. Magic the Gathering the Arena.
Magic the Arena. Magic the Gathering the Arena.
Arena. It's pretty good. No, it's really good. It's like exactly how an online card game should be. I feel like it's quite fair and quite generous is what it gives you. I actually thought the pre-made decks that it gives you were pretty shit to begin with, but the more I played with them, the more I was like, oh, okay. These are actually pretty good. Like, I have played with this. This won't make any sense to you two, but this mono green deck for like the whole time I've been playing with it, and it's got me. I was just doing like the casual play, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna jump into the ranked and see how well I do. I managed to get to the second silver rank with the same pre-made deck without having to modify it. So that was pretty good. But it's good fun, and it's free, and I've not had to spend any money on it or anything. And I've had like a good maybe 10 to 15 hours out of it so far. It's been good company, whilst the stress of moving slowly kills me.
I know it all too well, my brother.
Yeah,
all
man.
too well.
And also, AGDQ is on this week, and that is just
Woo!
awesome.
I need to watch some today.
Just stick it on, man. Nier Automata has just finished, as we speak right now.
I've always had good fun with the MGS3 runs, as I'm sure you can imagine.
No way. You like MGS?
There's a lot of cool tricks
Wow,
you can
that's
do.
the first time
with the
you
cardboard
ever
box.
mentioned Metal Gear. We did not know that you liked it so much, George.
They do like different runs where it's like 100% European extreme or like just easy mode, fast as possible.
I watched the MGS2 European Extreme run yesterday. That was pretty cool.
I played something in early access.
Is it Hades?
2011 me
Hades.
is so
So
that's good. They're
So-
allowed to.
yes, because I love these guys.
Yeah.
They can
Yes.
do no wrong in my eyes. I'm
Supergiant
sorry.
are great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been
Haven't
playing that
made a
game
bad
since,
one yet.
since Bastion. I played it and I was like, "Yep, this is me. This is my jam." Transistor came out. I was like, "Oh yes." Pyre came out. I played it and beat it just because I like them. I did not like it as much as Transistor or
Quick mention on that, actually. One game I did play over Christmas, thanks to
was
a generous
Pyre. I saw it.
fan,
Yeah.
was I played some Pyre, actually, because I'd not actually played it. And obviously being a fan of Supergiant, it was kind of, I felt like, oh, I should play this at some point. And thanks to, I think his name is Drew, some generous fan gifted it me through GOG, so I played it over Christmas. I haven't finished it, but I really like it. But that's probably because I like soccer, so yeah.
That's
it
right.
wasn't-
That's right.
It wasn't anywhere near a bad game. I just feel like it loses steam at the end. Like,
I
you
haven't
make
got
a lot
that
of
far yet, so.
choices, and it ends up being very, not tedious, but kind of just like going through the motions at the end.
You guys-
Presentation-wise, though, it's gorgeous.
yeah, you guys
in the
remember that
beginning,
announcer,
it's
right?
great.
Yeah.
The announcer in Pyre is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
He's like, lay your souls down onto the king's game and throw the ball into the Bandersnatch.
That's
I don't
what
know.
the game is called.
Yo, that's the same guy who's the announcer in Bastion and the sword in Transistor, who's
They
like,
keep using the same dude.
I can't believe he can
it's
do
some
the
random
voices.
dude
He
that
has such
just-
good ass range, and he sounds good no matter who he's doing.
What's his name? Logan Cunningham, I think is his
Logan
name.
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
yeah.
And he's
That
in Hades
guy.
as well, right?
Yes, absolutely.
What kind of character does he do?
He's in every. It's kind of a thing. He's in every single thing ever since Bastion. It's like some roommate that they had, and they're like, "Oh, why don't you just say some words on here?" And it just kind of clicked.
And
I
he's-
remember watching something for it. He's Lord Hades, and
freaking
Poseidon,
best.
and Achilles.
Nice.
he's a lot of them. He's a lot of
Getting
them.
their money's worth out of that guy's wonderful voice. Matt, when are they going to be calling you up for roles like that?
Yeah,
that
right.
That
Yeah.
morning growl
Okay.
that you've got.
Yeah, maybe one day.
I just can't
One day.
believe that this guy is capable of sounding like a skinny white guy and a big deep black guy. Like he can do shrill highs and deep lows so freaking good no matter what.
Yeah, I would shake his hand.
So,
real
Matt,
hard. Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to play Hades yet because I
It's-
can't find a way to buy it off the Epic Store. So, please, how is it?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's it's like they're finally developing like a different. It's like a natural progression from the games that they made before. This feels like they've learned a lot of lessons from Bastion and Transistor. I guess even Pyre in a way, and now they're like putting it into this game, and I guess like watching the Daniel Dwyer early access video where they're kind of following the journey. I think they're just trying to build something with like the fans and trying to make it right, instead of just kind of throwing the product out there and making some changes and then moving on to a different project. Because this one, it can be built up because of the way they have it. It's kind of like I hate saying this, like Dark Souls, when you die, you kind of lose all your upgrades. It's not souls or anything. It's like your upgrades. Like, you get upgrades from, like, Poseidon and Zeus. They kind of throw down, like, their little orb thing, and you talk to them. They say a few words, and they're trying to help you get out of hell for some reason. No spoilers. And Hades obviously does not care. Like, he's your dad. He's like, fine, son, you want to leave? Fine. And he's, there's the door, but you're going to keep dying and blah, blah, blah. So he just keeps dying and retrying. As you go through these, like, rooms, each room has, like, something you can get out of them. So you can pick different rooms and get, like, a skeleton key, which will unlock a weapon. Or you can get extra money, which you can buy extra items, temporary items, or permanent items, which are these, like, souls, I guess, these like little gem things that you could use to increase how much health you gain from going to one room to the other, so you heal like a little bit of health, or how many dashes you have, and from there you get better at the game, and you also get like little things like the greater reflex, which is like another dash, from collecting like these little bits of souls, and of course the new weapons that you get from getting skeleton keys. So you have skeleton keys, and then you have like the little gems that you can use to buy stuff that are permanent onto your character. But other than that, you have to learn the game in order to kind of understand how to get through some of these areas. And it's rewarding. Like it reminds me a bit of Dead Cells. It's kind of that same concept in terms of how the upgrade systems. You kind of lose everything after. Not quite as crazy of an upgrade system as Dead Cells, but yeah.
Because it's a roguelike as well, right?
Yeah, it's a roguelike. Mm-hmm. So you just keep trying over and over again, and then you defeat like a boss, and then you'll be able to kind of like skip through some stuff. It's good. It's good. The voice acting is there, and I love me some voice acting. I'm a sucker for it. And it's there, and it's fun. It's goofy. And it's a bit weird, a bit off this time around. I don't know what story they're going for. I played like 3-4 hours and got past like the first section and played a little bit after that. And so far, it's good. It's definitely going to be worth my $20. That's for sure.
Is it tough? Does it like kick your ass? Because I've seen some people complete it, like what there is so far. But I'm wondering just how much time you have to like hit your head against the wall to actually finish it.
I feel like I'm not a good gauge for things like this. It didn't kick my ass. Okay. After like the second time dying, I kind of understood, and then I defeated like the first boss on the first try.
Nice.
But I started using the arrow, not the bow and arrow, because it's just better to stay away from some of these dudes, especially when you don't have certain upgrades. Like they have armor, and you can't push them back. They'll just go right through your, kind of like armor in Smash Brothers, where Ganondorf is about to swing his big ass hips your way, and you can't really block it with like a little neutral hit. It's going to go right through. With the bow and arrow, I can just like sit back, dash around, because I had an extra dash, and just kill them before they get to me, especially when there's a room full of monsters and you have to kind of be careful. Plus, there's like a little pierce damage going on. So that's the way I kind of gimped like the first section. I was like, yeah, you're not gonna get me. Yeah, all you have to do is get your positioning down, and then you're good. But yeah, it's fun. It's a good ass game. Don't really like the other weapons though. I really like the bow and arrow more than anything else.
What kind of
probably because
What kind of camera angle and like combat system are they using for this one? Like, is it a real time thing?
As, like,
or
transistor?
Oh wait, so you can like pause and execute a plan?
No. I mean like the camera,
yeah,
and the fighting, but there's no like mechanics as like pausing or anything like that.
So more like Bastion, I guess.
Yeah, I guess they're both.
Because it doesn't sound like a sports ball, like in Pyre. They really run through the genres here in their lineup.
It feels more like Transistor than it does Bastion. Bastion felt more loose. This one, it feels like you can't just like dash around. It's like they place you in I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I guess it's just the way they designed the game. Like you can't just roll around aimlessly. There's a certain distance when you dash, so you could get hit.
Yeah, it was weird because when I watched videos, the isometric view of it and the way the like sort of 2D art style looked, it looked to me like from afar that like getting hits in would be tough. Like, it wouldn't feel tight. Like, you'd always be kind of looking for the pixel perfect hit. Is it like, do you whiff a lot of moves? Or is it pretty, like, responsive?
No, it's responsive.
Okay.
You'll whiff if you're not aiming right, for sure. Absolutely. But different enemies tend to do different things. Like, big guys tend to bomb rush you. So they'll let you hit them, and then just push you into the wall, which will do a lot of damage. And you don't heal, so you would have to go inside of a room with like a fountain, or pick up one of those little hearts that heal you 25 points and extend your maximum life. So eventually you'll die if you're not careful. So not getting hit is definitely the key to surviving. You can't just heal up. That's just not the way it works. It's like part of the mechanic.
Pro tip: not getting hit is key to surviving.
Yeah, it's responsive. It's good. It doesn't feel like I'm always especially with the bow and arrow. It doesn't feel like I'm messing up. It doesn't feel like, oh man, why did I turn this way? No, everything feels good. I hate that. If as soon as it feels like that, I'm done. I'm putting it down. I'm like, nope, don't like it. But yeah, it's good. It's a good game. I like it. I mean, it is early access, so I'm not like putting my seal of approval on it. But yeah,
man, I really want to play it, but like everything in Japan, buying things online is a fucking pain in the ass. So
why?
Not having a credit card or a debit card because of my Japanese bank account means PayPal is my only option, and yet places like the Epic Store won't allow me to use my Japanese PayPal account. So, like, well, fuck you and my money, assholes. I want to play some awesome Supergiant games.
Wait, come to think of it, we all still get Netflix, don't we?
Wait, what?
Is this like a segue?
So that means that now that I've seen it, we can all talk about the Bander.
You did not pick Sugar Puffs. Get the hell out of here.
What's wrong with Sugar Puffs?
Get out.
We had this discussion last week, George.
Well, I didn't know if Sugar Puffs looked more like a real cereal. The other one looked like a fictionalized Schmellogg's Schmorn Flakes. Sugar Puffs, I think, had a Kellogg's logo on it. I appreciate the eye for authenticity. It made me think of home.
Are you dying over there, George?
I cleared it out. We're good now.
Did you make the right choice? Did you clear your throat, or did you like kill your dad or some shit?
I killed my podcast.
Bwom, bwom.
Oi! Here's a big spoiler alert right here for the Netflix series special of Black Mirror Bandersnatch.
Bwom, bwom.
So the ending I got was the literal "What if your mom was on Netflix" ending.
Where's that from? What is this joke from, George? You need to explain this.
I don't know. I've just seen it on Twitter. It's just like a synopsis of every Black Mirror episode. It's "What if your mom was in a zoo?"
Yeah. So, did everyone? Is that the way it's supposed to end? That ending?
The Netflix ending?
No, not that. But basically, the Netflix ending means you went down that path. There's like a path. There's no way to get back to before when you pick if you want them to like handle it in house or let him do it himself.
If you do it in house, which is what I did because it seemed like that was the right thing to do, then you go back. It's not a good idea to go to work to jobs every day. If you want your character to go crazy and realize, oh no, I'm in a piece of fictional media. Ah.
Wait, are we spoiling it right now?
Yeah, we're spoiling it. I'm gonna put a big fat spoiler alert before this segment.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're in a spoiler alert segment. Wah!
Yeah, it's not that long. So
Yeah. The Netflix ending is like a pretty premature ending as well.
yeah, it is.
I thought it was fun. Afterwards, they kind of... correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed like they kind of fast-track you through some other endings as well.
Yeah, they keep going back. And they keep telling you to pick other things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can just yeah, the Netflix one is pretty
rabbit. Get the rabbit, get this, get that. It's like, okay.
I thought it was cute that they actually planned out a like government conspiracy branch, just like in the game, just like in the fictional game. Whoa! Also, yeah, Liam, you're right. This is the most Black Mirror thing they've ever done.
It is very Black Mirror.
Literally, what if your mom was on Netflix?
The Netflix one was pretty exciting.
Yeah, I was cracking up laughing at that one.
Yeah, just him in his room like screaming, "What is Netflix? What is it?"
And then his dad walks in and he's like, I'm being controlled by someone from the future. And Dad's like, should we call Dr. Robinson? And he's just like, yes, please.
And then like,
yeah, what did you choose?
Action.
Did you choose yes or fuck yeah?
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
And then she like gets up and starts like getting out these batons and start doing Chung-Li kicks. Yeah. You remember that? Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was
and
cute.
then you can kick your dad in the balls.
Yeah, I sure enough did.
That guy's a creep.
Yeah, he is.
I'm jealous of Charlie Brooker. I want to be Charlie Brooker when I grow up.
Ultimately, though, George, did you like it? Like,
yeah, it was fun.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I mean,
like we're not paying for Bandersnatch. Okay, we're like,
yeah,
technically we're not paying for it. Like, it's just a short experience. You click it, it's fun, and then that's it. Is it like amazing? No. Is it like some of the best episodes on Black Mirror? No.
It's not our generation's moon landing.
But it is a good, like, 40 minutes or so of fun?
Yeah, 40 minutes to I think I was on it for 80, so I was especially bad at this non-video game experience.
Yeah, I went through a bunch of them, and it was fun. It was good. It was a good time. I guess it depends on who you're with, too. You know? You like picking stuff together and stuff.
Some people really didn't like it. Like, did you see Will Wright? The guy who made Deus Ex?
Wait, Will Wright I thought was SimCity. Or are you thinking of...
Will Wright made Deus Ex as well.
What, because
Alan
he
Spector?
thinks the choices are stupid? Because the choices are kind of... Like, the thing is, it tells you, though.
Wait, did he make Deus Ex? I thought he did.
He, like the character tells you, like, the illusion of choice.
Yeah.
But in the end, it always ends up the same.
Warren Spector.
Well, that's the point. The whole point is that you are controlling him, yet you are not in control ever because the outcome is always the same. That's
Yeah.
the black mirror of it.
Whoa.
Whoa.
We're playing a interactive choose your own adventure show thing on Netflix. Whoa.
Yeah, boy.
So wait, important, respected American game developer who
I think it was
has
Will
a
Wright.
legacy from the 90s was picking on the Bandersnatch?
Was it Will Wright? Or was it...
I am feverishly Googling.
It might
I
not
think
be
it was
Will Wright.
Wheaton.
No,
Will Wheaton?
It
Well,
was
wait, he's an actor.
Warren Spector. That's it, the Deus Ex
Okay.
guy. Not Will Wright. Warren Spector, the guy who did Deus Ex. He tore into it. He hated it.
What did you say? Like, what were some bullet points?
I'm gonna find the tweet.
Oh no, we're in an edited podcast.
He said, "Watched Black Mirror Bandersnatch last night. Period. Not good.
Oh.
Period. Game developers have been doing similar things far better for 40 years.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
The developers made every amateur mistake they could have made.
Oh, come on.
It's like they were trying to fail. Interactive nail meet interactive coffin."
That's it. He didn't. There's no constructive criticism there. It's just him. Just
What amateur mistakes in particular? Is there a longer, more drawn out piece that
Yeah.
I
he
feel
has
like the amateur
references
mistakes
to?
is the way they handle the endings. Like, for example, you got the Netflix ending, George, and you gave up, which is,
No, I kept
in
going,
my
but I
opinion...
didn't see all
okay,
of them.
okay.
There's no way to get the Netflix ending unless you keep going.
No, I got
Right.
it the first time.
Really?
Yeah, he looks at a computer and he's like, "Give me a sign." And one of my choices, I don't know if you got this choice, one of my choices was the Netflix logo, the
Yeah.
big dumb
Yeah.
balloon warped thing. And I was like, "Oh, I'm clicking that one."
Yeah, me too. I was like, do I click the cool looking, what is it, branching path symbol, or do I click the obvious Netflix symbol, which is going to lead to some hilarity?
Yeah, I went to that section at least like 5 to 6 times. Like when I stopped is when the credits rolled.
So the endings of the story are based on the ratings the game gets from that TV show.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get a 0 out of 5 rating, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5-star. And they're like 4 and 5-star. Basically, he can only get a good rating if he kills his dad in the ending.
I remember him punching his dad and killing his dad and getting a review about the game just being a morbid curiosity and nothing more.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's like every ending.
2.5
But one of
out
them-
of 5.
But he can actually kill more than his dad. He can kill
Colin?
I think he can kill Colin's wife? Kitty?
Kitty?
Yeah, because then that leads to an ending where, Colin's daughter... Then there is a really meta ending where in the future it goes to the offices of Netflix where Colin and Kitty's daughter is making a TV show about Bandersnatch,
Colin
which is...
too?
No, he's dead, I think.
No, he's dead. It's only the daughter that's in
Yeah,
there.
yeah. She's making the Bandersnatch TV show that you are playing, yet she's also going crazy at the same time, and then she kills herself or something.
No, you can choose to destroy the computer or put T over it.
Yeah,
And I never
steered clear
chose to
from
destroy the computer
right.
until that
Me too.
point.
Oh, I didn't actually get that ending. I just watched it on a YouTube video.
I didn't want to control him
I-
destroying his computer.
I went through everything I could except starting it all over again because I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, I didn't wanna do
skip.
that.
Why can't I skip choices? and go
Yeah.
to-
I don't know
what
why.
the hell is wrong with you guys?
It's obviously
It's like
based
they were
on the
trying
technology.
to fail. They made every amateur mistake. Am I right, fellow game?
No,
people?
it's based on whatever technology they use to build it. Because obviously, whenever it starts an episode of you watching it, then it's like local to the choices that you've chosen. And
Right.
then it does say when you reset, when you go out of it and you back out and press restart, that it will wipe everything. So it's kind of stupid, but
I might jump off a balcony if I can't get extended thoughts from Warren Spector about how they were trying to fail, because it sounds like they didn't fail.
No, just let people complain without,
But he made
saying
Deus
anything
Ex.
Real.
It's like anything. People like shit, people don't like shit. He obviously has very strong feelings as someone who has been a narrative designer for like 30 years, but...
Right. I want to know particulars.
You just gotta throw out that you hate something about, when you made games about choice and just not elaborate on it. That's, I don't know.
But I kind of feel bad for Charlie Brooker, because Charlie Brooker is a big fan of Deus Ex, so I imagine having Warren Spector be like, Bandersnatch fucking sucked, and Charlie Brooker's like, oh god.
Warren Spector is like aware of the medium, right? That this is a Netflix streaming program that has to like be over and done with in no more than 90 minutes, that has to have a big long ass 10-second cooldown timer to buffer the next section of video. Like there's limitations they were working with for a different medium than most games that should be taken into account.
Yeah, it's a little bit too negative in my opinion. It wasn't amazing, but it's cool. It's free. It's like this cool little thing you can play, and it's not crap. It's not complete crap. That Netflix part is probably worth anything.
Really, I loved it.
Yeah,
I was having the time of my life when that Netflix ending was zooming the camera out of the show into another fictionalized layer of fake reality. Mm-hmm. What if we were all in a Netflix show?
What if you were being controlled by an omnipresent TV remote watcher? I was thinking about this while I was on my washlet. This truly was something I was thinking of.
I can't wait to have cleaner thoughts on the toilet now. God, that's going to be nice.
This is truly something I was thinking of, though, was how, like, if you were in his situation, how would you try and convince a future Netflix watcher that it was not TV and it really was happening to you and you were being controlled by the choices they make through their TV remotes in the future? How would you convey that it was not a part of the show and you really were in very present danger based on the choices that person made? It would be almost impossible to convey that it wasn't a TV show.
Yeah, I remember when I was going through the Netflix ending, I wish that the viewer who was talking through the computer actually said, viewers are controlling your life. Like that would have gotten the point across a little scarier and a little better, but maybe that's just the writer in me thinking about word choices.
It would be difficult to convey.
What year was depicted? I think it was 85.
Yeah, it's like ZX Spectrum.
Yeah,
so
they might have
it'll be earlier than that. It'll
the word
80,
online
maybe.
would not have made sense then. So he's right to just not know what the screen was talking about regardless. But yeah, instead of saying Netflix is a streaming platform for online entertainment, the guy should have just said, it's like a TV show, viewers are controlling your life. Because The Truman Show wasn't that far away from 85. Mm-hmm. Let's see, when did that come out? Yeah, 1998. So this kind of science fiction is something the guy could have wrapped his head around if he was confronted with it. But the word choice kept it ambiguous. So I think, I would just delicately lean them into it with fragile, careful word choices that are analogous to the technology of his times. I would try to be polite about it. I would try to be like, don't kill yourself, please. As far as we know, you're real. Wait, no. Oh, no. And then I guess I would freak out, too, and the credits would roll. What if your mom was George?
Wow.
I met my mum on Ginger.
Ginger?
Ginder.
Ginder. Okay.
Plenty of George.
Plenty of Georges.
Do we have any more video games to talk about, or any more video game-like experiences?
No, I think I'm all video gamed out.
I want to play more, I just can't right now. Although I did just see that Resident Evil 2 is getting a demo later this week that I'm definitely gonna play. It's the only game I'm excited about this month. There's no like
This month.
big ass JRPG that no one's gonna play.
Kingdom farts.
Matt, are you gonna buy a PS4 this month?
Oh, wait a minute. What is it? Wait.
Dude, it's January.
Wait.
Dude, it's January 2019.
Wait. When is Kingdom Hearts coming out?
You
Oh.
got 2.5 weeks, buddy.
Oh my gosh!
Clean
wait
your
a minute.
schedule
Wait a
out.
minute. Sorry, I have to go use the restroom.
You have to go
they
use
have
that
a,
washlet.
They have a VR chapter. That's cool.
All right, so I'm gonna get the cheapest PS4 I can put my
Find
hands
on
on.
Craigslist.
I'm
Used
going
PS4
today.
may contain poo particles.
Maybe it's time to catch up on all the games I haven't played.
Fuck
Like
yeah,
Horizon Zero. I need to get a TV. Oh my god, I'm not gonna have any money. Forget it. I'm just gonna.
Use your computer monitor.
I don't have one anymore, George.
dude. He's got a laptop, George.
Does your laptop have an HDMI input of some sort, maybe?
Input? I don't think so. No.
One laptop-
That's not the
no,
way
I've-
laptops work.
Maybe
Yeah,
there's
I've never come across a laptop that has a HDMI in.
I know. I'm just digging myself in a hole.
Does your laptop have an answer?
Let me just plug my HDR TV into my laptop's input port so I can
All
have...
right, Patreon bucks, spending $300 on a washlet with your HDR TV and your
I spent
fancy laptops
$60 on a Bidet.
in. Bidet.
It doesn't even have hot water.
Oh man, it's $300 for a PS4. I mean, was I expecting anything less?
You could probably, if you shopped around, you'd find like a launch day PS4 cheaper than that.
Right, like
Yeah,
I
go
have to
on
go to like
Craigslist.
the slimy store, right? The slimy.
Yeah, but you'll find
Pay
it.
for
the
the
game-
naked
the
roommate
game
time.
stat.
My PS4 sounds like a helicopter that's about to take off, so I'm sure you'll
But
find
it
one
works
that's.
though, you know?
But that's
So
the thing
doesn't
is, it
matter.
works. I mean, when I put it in rest mode, it crashes every time I turn it back on, but it still works.
But it still works. I like that.
I still get to play Resident Evil 2 when it comes out later this month.
Ooh, yeah, I mean, 270? 270? Oh, no. 500 gig system, 250, pre-owned. You know, that's not bad. I could put Kingdom Hearts on it.
Any
Okay,
dads,
okay.
sons, or daughters out there selling a PS4, they can give it to old Matty boy.
Oh my god! Right.
So
Get in touch.
speaking of characters in fictional realities going crazy because they realize they're in fictional reality, I just want to point out I love how in Fire Emblem Echoes, whenever you level up, your animes are like, oh, was something supposed to happen just now? Like, text will splash across the screen that's like, level up, blah, 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 and it goes down a list of stats that are increasing, and then your character's like, huh, I think I just felt a mosquito.
One of my favorite sounds in video gaming is that Fire Emblem level up sound.
I like the item pickup noise.
Oh, just like it goes bum 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 bum, and then like when all the
Ooh.
stats go up, it goes ding ding ding, and it's like, oh, I can feel the progression.
And the cavalry
feel it in-
clops.
I can feel it in my bones.
The little like bloop 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 whenever a horse is running across is just like crunchy and satisfying.
Whoa.
God, I love Fire Emblem.
Crunchy.
I am growing to love Fire Emblem Echoes. I played more on the way home from MagFest because you can play
about
video
damn
games
time.
portable nowadays. And I was thinking about that concept of the weapon triangle, and there's like a little bit of like rock paper scissors going on here, but it's complex and customizable, and there's a little bit of element of unpredictability to where your characters can end up as characters, but predictability to how the battles are going to end up every time, so much so that they give you like an undo button that's characterized as like a magical turn wheel that is still also
I forgot about
characterized.
that. I forgot about the little turn wheel into the breach system that it has.
And it's not characterized as them like traveling through time or using a magical artifact. I think it's just called like Milla's foresight. It's just your character like making predictions and correcting them later. Like the game is so freaking cute, and there's a adorable little degree of self-awareness to that, even with how they have you following the main storyline across two different perspectives that you can just press a button to swap between. This gives you an opportunity to use two very different armies, one of whom is filled with mages, the other of whom is filled with like archers and cavalry and traditional type soldiers. So you get to know what the upgrade paths for both of those types of units look like and how they play like. It's still good. It's still going strong.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. So I just wanted to quickly give that some more love.
I hope like we get the Nintendo Direct announcement soon and we get to see more of Three Houses, the Switch game. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Well, I'll have more expanded thoughts on it soon, maybe when I finish it. But as of right now, I just wanted to make sure that the people know I'm still playing Fire Emblem and I'm still enjoying Fire Emblem. I'm getting more Twitter recommendations for Awakening than Fates. People are saying that Fates is
that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. As I said last week, that doesn't surprise me.
So I guess I'll be playing Awakening next if I keep going with this Fire Emblem kick.
You gotta see Lucina
with Awakening, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I could start Kingdom Hearts soon too, and then I'll know what's happening in Kingdom Farts 3.
You will never know what's happening. It is a beautiful mess.
Should
Wasn't
I play?
Barry making a video about like trying to make people understand it? But I don't know if that video is even going to come out.
It's a beautiful mess.
Am I going to have to play Kingdom Hearts 1 1/2? Chain of Memories, Bubbles Unpopped.
Bubbles Unpopped.
Is it? I don't know what the subtitles of those games in that series for the spin-off, they get really confusing and complicated.
Yeah, it's a good old time. It's a good old time. And just sit back, enjoy yourself. You're gonna have a good time. Go ahead, George. Enjoy Kingdom Hearts 1, 2. Then you have to play Chain of Memories. Then you have to play Birth by Sleep.
Oh.
Then 358 by 6 or whatever the hell that thing is.
Fuck.
And then you have to play Recoded. What else?
At what point do I get like my graduate degree?
You have to complete it by 100%. All of them.
A bachelor's in Kingdom Hearts.
Then I'm allowed to go back to school. Got it.
I know I'm gonna be sucked in, and I'm gonna play it at some point. And I'm hating myself for already knowing that that's gonna happen.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts Mobile.
Oh God! They just announced
Dream Drop Distance. Can't forget that one.
That was an alright game. I'll admit.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what I was thinking.
Birth by Sleep on PSP was the best one though.
For some reason, when I think of gumdrops, they look like bubbles in my head. So I thought there was a Kingdom Hearts bubble game out there. But it's a Dream Drop game.
Dream Drop.
I think it's about time you went and used the bidet, George.
I'll be right back.
What the hell do you think you're doing? Dragging your butt through the day, selling body and soul to a bunch of bland normals? Acting stupid so they'll think you're one of them? Tired of getting all of the guilt, but none of the sex? There is a simple answer, dear friend. A glowing beacon of slack amidst the turmoil and darkness. It's J.R. Bob Dobbs, the living slack master, and his church of the subgenius. Bob brings a new destiny for the abnormal, for Bob comes to justify our sins, to unmask the conspiracy, and to get us back the slack they stole away. It's us versus them. Are you gonna fry in hell on earth alongside the pink boys, or will you pull the wool over your own eyes and accept Bob into your mind? Repent, quit your job, slack off, and praise Bob!
Church of the Subgenius, eternal salvation, or triple your money back.
And we're back from the break to not really talk
Whoa,
about...
Are you stealing it away from me?
Oh, sorry.
How could you?
You can have it now. Here is the break. Here it is for you.
I don't want it.
Did
Continue.
I spoil it? Did I get my poop particles on it?
You got your poo particles all over my introduction back.
Well,
Gross.
I was also just saying about how basically the news section for the podcast this week is borderline a joke. Mick Gordon,
Like every week.
the composer for the Doom soundtrack, is asking the internet to submit screams for some heavy metal choirs. So if you want to
That's
scream
kinda cool.
into a microphone and be featured on the internet, and maybe get invited to a recording session in Austin for a future video game, that's something you can do. If you have a Roomba,
Before we move on from Doom, I have found recently that the Doom soundtrack, although I knew was awesome, is pretty much the best soundtrack for the gym.
oh, I can imagine, because it just makes you want to rip and tear through the weights.
It's so good. Like, I am someone who really can't listen to music I know.
If you accidentally fart while lifting something heavy, it'll just blend right in.
Wow.
Well,
This doesn't happen.
not to all the people who aren't wearing headphones.
But for you, I mean, as long as you're in your own solipsistic Black Mirror reality.
It's like you just slayed a demon out of your ass.
If you fought in a dream, will technology hear
This
it?
took a weird turn.
No,
When
like
does it
I'm
not?
I'm someone who can't listen to music that I know the words to, like lyrical songs that I know, because it breaks my concentration when I'm in the gym, and it then is harder to focus. So I need like noise music. So usually I listen to like lo-fi beats or something, just something in the background that has like no like distraction from my brain, because I don't know what it is. And I don't know the Doom soundtrack that well. I know it's awesome, and I stuck it on the other day because it came on my recommended on Spotify, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, yeah, yeah!" It was great.
And you were just like hearing
BFG
the-
Division, what a track! It's a fucking good soundtrack.
Is that the way it sounds like? Or is-
No,
Yeah. I just recreated the Doom soundtrack for everyone, so they don't need to.
George just trying to pull out the 7-string guitar.
Am I gonna get kicked off of the podcast now?
Yes.
Okay.
We've been trying for a long time.
If you if you also like digging up dirt in Stardew Valley, and if you still play that, a modder has turned the multiplayer version of that game into a battle royale deathmatch, in which everyone rushes for horses and swords. Remember how Stardew Valley had swords and in kind of sort of combat elements?
I initially thought this was really interesting, but then I remembered the Stardew Valley combat, and I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why, when making the podcast outline this week, I didn't mention that console modding and save game editors are illegal in Japan. Catherine's coming to PC. Hitman Classics are being re-released in HD. An Alien Isolation sequel has been announced for cell phones. An Earthbound Nintendo 64 prototype has been revealed. PT has been recreated in Unreal Engine and resold for free. And Artifact had a terrible release.
Nice. And also, Awesome Games Done Quick has died, and you should donate to charity and watch that.
So, you guys want to talk about Dad Den?
Yeah.
Bwam, bwam, bwam. Bwam, 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 bwam. Let's do it.
Y'all.
Dad Den is a segment modeled after the Japanese TV show Dragon's Den, which launched a number of international spin-offs. Americans know it as Shark Tank. I believe in the UK it's also Dragon's Den.
It is.
The concept is that audience members will be pitching a game idea to us. We're going to want, let's say short to medium-sized emails for these, overlaying your fantasy game idea, starting with the name, the gameplay concept or main mechanic, its art style, its themes, its projected money and time budget, in a imaginary pitch that you're giving us as super rich, wealthy 1%ers who have so much money we will never feasibly spend it within our nor the next
We
successive
spend it on
3
washlets.
generations. We're gonna spend it on bidets and subsidizing bidets actually, because it's ridiculous that thing is $900. Damn, Liam.
We're going to use the profit from all of these game ideas that you give us to buy Matt a PS4.
We'll buy Matt a PS4. We'll buy the entire world bidets.
We'll cover my missing salary from moving to Kyoto.
Our first submission for this week's Dad Den is from Zachary P. And Zachary P says, Hello there, Dad and Sons. Are you tired of the constant stream of AAA shooters forcing you to make hundreds of thousands of grunts eat lead? Whether you answered yes or no. Thanks. Boy, have I got the game for you. I'd like to introduce you to... The name of the game will be Lead Chef. Eat lead, suckers. That's the full name.
I like it.
There's a colon in the subtitle.
It's a good name. I like it.
Lead Chef mixes 1 part restaurant manager sim game with a 1 part dark and disturbing serial killer fantasies to provide you with the premium subversive content you've come to expect indie titles to have. Balance your thriving business against your monstrous needs for snuffing out the light of a living soul. Run your restaurant, avoid health inspection and police inquiries, hide your darkness from the world, recruit and train a protege in your perversive arts.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, I'm interested.
Reminds me of Party Hard. Gameplay concept.
Reminds me of Hotline Miami.
Gameplay concept and hot main mechanic is going to be a top-down kitchen game. Oh, so it's top-down too, with multiple
so it's like
paths.
Hotline Miami.
Yeah, it's exactly like Hotline Miami. You got multiple paths to satiate your evil desires and intentionally mishandle entire batches of ingredients that you can spread your malice impersonally or randomly. So maybe it's like Hitman. Or you can spite a rude customer with a bit of arsenic seasoning on their steak. As your restaurant grows and has more employees, you'll have to better hide your actions. Convince your nosy subordinates that nothing happened. Oh my god, this is giving me flashbacks to working in restaurants. Fire them if they begin to see too much.
Wait, you killed people?
I don't know. Pen an FDA investigation on them, or even brainwash them into following your dark path. Build your culinary empire and be the crack in its foundation to watch it all come toppling down.
I like the idea that the game mechanic about this is basically just hiring lots of people and then getting murders blamed on them in inventive ways. That sounds interesting. I
also like that having your empire topple as you get caught is like marketed as part of the fun. If losing is fun, then that's good game design, said Shigeru Miyamoto in 1886.
Art style.
Art style is going to be artistically inspired by Papers, Please, as well as Adult Swim browser games like Cream Wolf. They're looking for Cream Wolf, my favorite Sonic OC.
Cream Wolf?
They're looking
Matt
for...
gives me a Cream Wolf every week.
Jesus Christ. What am I doing with my life? I'm about to be 30.
Cream Wolf. That is some deep, furry...
MagFest is turning into a furry convention, you guys. Anyways, they're looking for a low-detail, dark, minimalist pixel art style similar to Papers, Please. They want to keep the project relatively small in scope and tight. Tightness. The budget is going to be looking for a 3 to 4 person team with a 1 to 2 year development time. Their target budget is $500,000 USD. Happy holidays, if this makes it in time, from the imaginary staff. Oh, it didn't. You're right. Well, yeah. For the imaginary staff over at Hobopinion Games, we regret to inform you that we did miss the holiday launch window for this pitch. I believe the delay for that is more on us than the hardworking devs at the non-existent Hobopinion Game Studios. And Guy says also, I hope you enjoy the complimentary snacks I've included.
This, my people, is a very perfect Dad Den submission.
I hope you notice that I imagined it in a voice, because the first line is like, "Hello there, Dad and Sons." You can just like hear the carnival ringleader like waving their baton over this PowerPoint presentation.
How a pitch should be. You know, you have the introduction of why we should listen. AA shooters forcing you to make hundreds upon thousands of grunts eat lead, and then it's got a cool, interesting name, and then it's got a cool, interesting premise. The gameplay loop is like nearly there. It needs a bit more substantial explaining about what you actually do and how you do it.
Yeah, I think.
But then it knows what the art style is,
issue.
And the budget and the team and the development cycle is a very reasonable, realistic thing.
And no mention of Metal Gear.
Yeah. And also, he already has a name for his studio, Hobo Opinion, which is like a really excellent name.
My God, talk about marketing, though. Because Lead Chef, Eat Lead, Suckers sounds like it's a shooter when it sounds more like a strategy/life sim.
Yeah, but I feel like in this day and age of indies getting word of mouth on Twitter, that kind of thing doesn't matter anymore.
The name of the game?
Celeste
the name of
means
the game
nothing.
has changed.
Like, Celeste means nothing.
It rolls off the tongue. Lead Chef Eat Lead Suckers doesn't...
Lead Chef Eat Lead Suckers. If someone told me that was a name of a game, I'd immediately Google it. We just Googled Cream Wolf.
Wow.
And don't Google Cream Wolf.
Now I'm gonna have to Google Cream Wolf.
Cool.
I'm investing. This is the first Dad Den of 2019, and I'm investing.
I'm pleasantly surprised by this submission, and that the Google image search results for Cream Wolf just show some beautiful wild animals.
Yeah.
Really? Mine comes up with like a weird MS Paint indie game.
Oh well, there's that too. The adult swim game.
Those are some beautiful wolves, though.
Those are some
look at that wolf.
good boys and good girls. Well, I guess they will become good boys and good girls with a little bit of taming and love, but
as long as like the gameplay loop for this gets like nailed down a little bit, because like it's like half management sim and also like a game where it's top down. So what is the top down part? Are you like are you moving around like you're in Hotline Miami and you're trying to like sneak around your own restaurant, putting poison in your employees' dishes to like get them to be blamed for the murder? Like, you need to nail that loop down a bit, and then you've got a good game there.
I'm basically picturing something that looks like the most dastardly fun bits of The Sims.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like clicking dumb computer people into their graves with like a hilarious Rube Goldberg setup of furniture and kitchen equipment getting in their way.
If it has a bit like Reigns, you know, where you choose left or right on decisions.
Like Bandersnatch. What if you went left when you want to go right?
What if you poisoned your mother?
With technology.
What if your mother ate an iPhone?
Wow.
So
I actually want to see that episode.
Good job, Zach P. You got my 2 cents.
You got my bucks. What about you, Matt?
I love it. I love it. I love the mom being an iPhone. Love it.
Matt's just going to invest in Charlie Brockett some more.
Yes.
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 Indubitably.
Quite.
Yes.
Indubitably.
Next up, we have a submission from Steve H., who is pitching us in a game called 15 Hours, a first-person or third-person shooter where you play as an entire regiment of guardsmen from Warhammer 40k. Based on the Warhammer 40k novel of the same name, the title refers to the average life expectancy of an Imperial Guardsman on the 40k battlefield. That's the hook. Guardsmen die in droves, so here's how we roll with it. You play as a rank-and-file guardsman in the midst of a series of horrific giant-scale battles populated by NPCs stuck in a permanent meat grinder of charging, shooting, and dying. It's up to you as the player to break the deadlock, survive the bloodbaths, and make it out of the battle alive victorious by achieving objectives, taking out key positions and targets. However, you're probably going to die 100 times trying to do so. The longer you survive, the more abilities and ranks you are given. After half an hour or so, you might get command of a basic squad, access to airstrikes and armor support, special squads for backup, better weapons, and so on, eventually letting you command or play as characters I don't know about, commissars, orgy grins, and other special units.
Ogrins.
When you die, you take on the role of another basic guardsman, but your progress in the battle is going to persist. Basic squad command should kick in fairly soon, perhaps after getting 1 or 2 kills, to enhance the strategic squad-level feel of the game. A handful of campaigns will be shipped with the game to tell the story of your regiment with your best or longest-lived characters, sometimes living on as legends and war heroes, or eventually rising out of frontline combat to become recurring regimental figureheads of renown. Any thoughts so far?
I mean, well, first of all, let's continue with the art style and the budget, because there's IPs we have to buy here.
Art style is going to be stylized graphics similar to Space Marine to allow for endless hordes with potential for multiplayer versus or co-op taking place in the same battles where you fight to push your horde of minions against the other teams. Budget is going to be looking for a development time frame of 2 to 3 years with a budget of around 60 million USD with monetization taking the form of downloadable campaigns and planets, as well as allowing downloadable regiments from the tabletop campaign, such as the, let's see if I can pronounce these names, Vostri Onions, Death Corps, Canadians, and maybe a Chaos or Orc campaign.
Canadians.
Lots of scope for easily developed expansions amount to reskins and asset flips. That's some nice brutal honesty. Let me do that again. Lots of scope for easily developed expansion that's going to amount to reskins and asset flips is an actual line in the pitch. Good job, buddy.
I feel like we should have flipped these dad dens around, and we should have had like this first, and then the second one was like, "Are you tired of AAA shooters?"
Yeah. I'm noticing a theme is like shooter subversion. Anyways, back to the bitch. P.S. If the 40K license is an issue, we can reskin it as some original sci-fi war as hell style of setting that achieves the same thing, but with more difficult monetization options.
Well, if you do that, you ain't getting 60 million. And you're not getting 60 million for a Warhammer game anyway.
You need to remember that the necessity breeds creativity. I mean, Doom happened because they couldn't get the Alien license.
I mean, but for as popular as Warhammer 40K is, and it's pretty popular. I used to enjoy 40K back in the day. No game based on the Warhammer 40K franchise, I think, would have a budget of 60 million.
How much do you think the Warhammer Space Marine game got?
I don't know, but it's a third-person cover-based shooter around the same time Gears of War came out, so I imagine it got probably one of the highest budgets out of any of the Warhammer games, but I still don't think it got 60 million. I mean, Halo 3 was made with 20 million.
They're being a little faster and looser with handing out the license these days, though.
I mean, Matt will know a little bit about that.
They did Total Warhammer last year. They're doing the Vermintide games.
Dawn of War is like the best. Dawn of War is like the top tier of Warhammer games.
There's the Mordheim. That's not 40K, but I guess it's some kind of hammer that you use for war. And Blood Bowl. When you were talking about your turn-based soccer chess, everyone was like, "You're just taking a Blood Bowl."
No, it's not. It's different, guys. Blood Bowl is fucking American football, you losers. And also, it's different because I'm thinking more of soccer chess and less of football tactics. Anyway,
there's a Warhammer 40K Inquisitor coming out, so they're handing them out. Games Workshop.
Wait, no, there is a game that came out last year that, like, a lot of people put in their top 10 best games of the year. That was a Warhammer 40K game.
Oh no, it wouldn't have been Vermintide if it was.
It was like a
40K.
strategy game or some shit.
Total War?
No, it wasn't. It was a 40K game. It wasn't Warhammer. It was Warhammer 40K Gladius.
Huh. I haven't heard of that one. Warhammer Gladius.
Warhammer 40K Gladius.
Damn, that's what nobody's talking about.
There it is. Got a 7 out of 10 on Steam.
It's a 4X game. It's another strategy game. There's a lot of Warhammer strategy games, but supposedly it's along the same lines as this game in terms of like your armies are massive.
Which is the lore. Got to buy a lot of pewter figurines that are made out of plastic nowadays.
But a lot of people put it in their top 10 of the year. Like, I've seen quite a few. I think Angry Joe, I saw his list today on Reset Error, and he had it in his top 10 games of the year as well.
So
must be pretty good.
So now that we've talked a lot about other games, I guess the thing that this pitch strikes me as is it sounds a whole lot like other games that already exist, including the Warhammer Space Marine game, which was a third-person shooter with a graphics engine capable of rendering really, really large crowds of NPCs dying over and over again.
The Space Marine game is all right.
The concept also reminds me of the old Star Wars Battlefront games. where you would play through a campaign
Yeah.
of bot matches
Yeah.
where bots just run into
That
the
would be
battlefield and
cool.
die, and you feel like a hero.
I would like that.
Because you're so much better than the bots. And then the cutscene talks about how cool your squad is, and how you play as the squad, so to speak, because of the dying and respawning mechanic being incorporated in the story.
I would actually be super cool with a Warhammer 40k game that was like Battlefront.
It just... I feel like we've gotten this pitch before with other styles. It doesn't sound like that... I hate to say it. I hate to say it, Steve H. It just doesn't sound like that original of an idea is all.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Yeah.
But
And
it
they-
also sounds
you know,
reliable. I mean, teenagers
It sounds
will buy
reliable, but the budget is way too high for reliability.
I guess that's just if they wanna make sure they do their idea justice.
True.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take my part of the millions and go buy a PS4 and play God of War.
I'm gonna take my 60 million and give it to the guy to make the Lead Chef game, and also to buy Matt another PS4.
Oh,
Can
another
I
one.
give like a
Just in case that one
consolation
breaks, right?
prize? Can I?
Yeah,
give,
just in case that one breaks.
I'm gonna give Steve H some money under the table to remake this idea, but as a mod of something else. I think that will get. I think that'll be better for the world in the long run, because I bet Steve H will come up with a really good idea along the way of doing that. That might make for a more original, interesting, cute, creative idea in the future, rather than something that just seems like doing the Warhammer 40k fantasy justice, which is admirable, and sure, it's just kind of been done, I guess.
A lot of times. I mean, there's always room to expand. That is kind of a universe where you can just do whatever the hell you want with it anyway, because it doesn't really matter.
There's a few...
There is extensive lore and consistency, but I feel like they're very flexible with that.
There's a few similar examples. I'm going to try to Google some up real quick of games that could not get their original license that they actually intended and wanted to get, but ended up becoming better for it in the long run. And that's that's the part of Steve H's economic anatomy that I want to stimulate here.
Stimulate.
Like earlier I mentioned the Doom didn't get the Alien license, so it became Doom instead. Gears of War. Yeah, no, actually I think wasn't Gears of War like conceptualized as a Warhammer game they couldn't get the license for? I heard that at MagFest. I need to fact check it right now with Google. And the first thing I see is a Destructoid article from 2011 saying, how many ways can Space Marine not rip off Gears of War?
Yeah, it was very Gears of War inspired, for sure.
Yeah, I just remember someone at MagFest telling a story about how Gears of War originally wanted to be a Warhammer game but couldn't get the license, so whoops, we ended up owning our own characters of our own cool universe that we still made lots of money with just fine anyway, which is ultimately a better deal to be in the long term creatively as an artist.
Hey, the Space Marine game was fine. I remember playing through it.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, no hate for the Space Marine game.
It was fine. It was good. Yeah, but it was the same thing. It wasn't very original. It was a safe bet. It was cool.
I think we're good ripping on things for not being very original in our video game podcast featuring three mildly notable internet personalities.
3 white males. Yeah. 3 straight white males.
Wait, what? Is there something you're not telling us, Matt?
Man, Matt, mayonnaise is good, isn't it?
Have you just been role-playing as a black guy this whole time?
I sure love not being able to dance, don't you?
Or jump.